Hey, I'm Patrick, tech support here at Better Homes, and right now I'm going to do a video on how to install or reinstall the driver for the printers in the office here. And this is going to be primarily for Windows PC, so if you've got any kind of HP or Dell or anything like that, there's going to be another video for Macs here. But yeah, so the one thing that's probably the most important about this is anytime you use the printers here in the office, you want to make sure that you've got the right driver for it. If you let Windows just automatically find a printer on the network, it'll find a driver, it'll find like a default kind of one, but it's not always the right one. So if you do that, it'll allow you to print like in black and white or maybe in like color. But if you try to do anything that's a little bit more advanced, like if you wanted stapled or folded or anything along those lines, then you run into issues with that where if you have the wrong driver and you tell it to print, your computer will send the message off to the printer and it'll say, yep, it's good, it's sent, it's printing, but then the printer doesn't know exactly what to do with it because it's just not communicating right, so nothing ever comes out with it. So the biggest thing is really you want to have the right driver. So this guide will kind of walk you through on how to get that set up. But also in every office at the front desk, there is going to be a guide like this where it might say something like this one here where it says solution one at the top of it, but that's going to have a step-by-step guide on it on how to get everything set up there. But the other thing that you probably want to do is take a look at the printer and see what model number it is. On the side of it somewhere, it should say something either like it's a Konica Minolta C454E or it's a C558. Those are generally the two models that all the offices are going to have. But you'll need to know that up front because it's not the same one, the same software that works for either one there. But go ahead and I'll share screen and kind of walk through on this. All right, so go ahead and just open up a your web browser or anything like that, and look for either you can just search for Konica Minolta printer drivers, anything like that. If you want to be really specific, you can look for like the BizHub C558. But the first thing that's going to pop up is there's going to be a handful of different websites here. Like KonicMinolta.com probably would work. But I always just go to this one that says onyxweb.konica.minolta, and that's also going to be the one that's listed in like the little brochure here. It's onyxweb.mykonicaminolta.com/one-stop product support. So if you go to that, it's going to open up the page. It's got all the different options for all the products, and if you type in something like C558, it should just give you the option right there for that one. Or if you need a C454E, again, it's going to kind of preload that right there, but I need the 558. Go ahead and click that. And then from there, then you're going to see this page here, and it'll give you a bunch of different options. We're going to want to click on the one that says drivers right there. And then from there, then it's going to open up a whole bunch of different options, and it's going to say, okay, what kind of computer is this for? Since this video is more for PC, for a Windows machine, almost every single person that's going to be installing it's going to be this Windows 10 64-bit. If you got an older system, you might need to look up what the operating system is, but the majority of us are probably using this. Once you click on that, then you want to go over to this little tab right here that says PCL. And from there, it's going to give you a handful of different options. Generally, you're going to want to look at the dates here and get the most recent one, the newest one. If it says anything like this where it says .pdf, then basically that's just an instruction manual on how to use the printer. If you're looking at these different options right here, it's got the model numbers, but then this one says mono. This one is only going to be set up for just black and white printing, basically. What you want to do is click on this one where it says fax, and then it's going to ask you where do you want to download it. I've already gone ahead and done that just to save a few minutes, so we're not waiting for that to download here. But so yeah, once you find the driver, get it for the right operating system, get the fax version, and then download it, and then you should have something like this, and it's going to be just a zip folder. From there, either you can go into the folder and then open it up, and then click on like this setup 64, and it'll ask you just to extract it, just to unzip that file. You can do that, or I've already gone ahead and done that just in this case here, but it will take a couple minutes just for it to, make it so it's a usable file at that point. But once you have everything downloaded and you've got that folder extracted, then setup 64 is the option that you want to go for right there. And double click that, and it should open up with the installer file here. So this will also install and uninstall it. Right now I don't have any drivers installed on my computer, so I can't actually click on that one. But in this case, you want to install it here. But if you want to uninstall it and then try putting it back on there, if you're having problems, just click the uninstall option. It'll go through a couple options. It'll have the computer reset, and then reboot, and then from there boot it back up, and then you can install it again. But once that's up and ready, then you see you've got the option right here. And the one thing that's kind of important for this, and I should have mentioned it earlier, you need to be on the Wi-Fi within the offices in order to basically detect the printers there. If you're not on Wi-Fi, or if you're at home or anything like that, it doesn't make a connection. It's not able to talk to the printer. So you do need to be on Wi-Fi for that. But yeah, once you're ready, then go ahead and just check this and go to next. And then with every driver in every office here, there's going to be a printer path, and this should automatically be set up. But if you need it, like each of the offices, they actually have the address on the little file there that says what that path is. So if you actually have to type that in, somebody within the office should be able to get it. And it's different at every office there as well, but it should automatically pop up there. And then go ahead and hit install after that, and it'll take a couple minutes, and it'll run through this here. And then the last thing that's going to pop up is basically just finishing it up here. The one thing that's useful, I think, is this rename printer option. Instead of naming it Konica, C558, whatever, I'm going to name it to Lakeside Back, because that's the printer that's on that side of the office here. So go ahead and hit finish there. And then if you want to, you can go ahead and print a test page, make sure everything comes out. Or when you get done, just go to like Google or any site or anything like that and just print something off and see if it works. But that's usually pretty much the process for installing that. If you have any problems with the printer, or you have any problems with the setup or anything like that, you can always reach out to me. The email address that works is techsupport@betteromaha.com. And techsupport@betteromaha.com, or my personal number is 402-469-7977. If there's anything I can help with, let me know. Thanks.